It is Friday morning, and that means it's time for the first federal program here on WROI. Evan, you're back.
Oh yeah, it's great to be back. Trying out the studio again. looks kind of fresh.
A little bit. We've changed a few things up. Not too much though.
Well, don't throw me off.
That'll happen soon.
And I may need you to virtually hold my hand through the show as I get back in the swing of things. Oh, it is great to be back. It's awesome to be talking to our Fulton County and Pulaski County friends. Thank you for listening, as always. We got a really good show this morning. The biggest news is, hey, people 60 and over can get the vaccine now.
Yeah.
That changed this last week.
Changed a lot of things.
So I think slots were going fast from the 60-year-old and up friends that I had. They were trying to get scheduled right away.
Yep. Absolutely.
I even know a few that have already received the vaccine, so I would encourage getting that done. One thing it does is just help getting our economy back up and rolling.
Yes.
Just like normal. Which nationally, the economic numbers are looking tremendous. So
good. Things
are going really well. Our main problem is just some persistent unemployment, and I think that's what this vaccine will help take care of.
Alrighty.
So, also, it's light outside.
I know.
Crawling out of winter.
Yes.
But
last time you were here, it was pitch black out.
Yeah,
last time.
Kind of feels like you're broadcasting at night.
I'm okay with that too.
But now, it's wonderful out. We still see some snow, but 50 degrees, 40 degrees for the next couple weeks maybe.
Yeah, I'm excited. 51 this weekend. Told the wife and I were talking, and we decided the house is going to be open this weekend.
Oh, man.
Air out that winter stench in the house and
the funk.
Yeah, you know how it is with kids.
I know. Yeah, that's a good idea. Put the screens on and get going.
Yep.
Well, it's fun. We like birds at our house. We've had a lot of different birds coming around the feeders, and with the snow melting, it's a real optimistic time right now. So, hey, we've got some excellent guests this morning. Some Rochester High School finest ladies joining us this morning. Kim Batten, the FFA president this year, and Haley Jones, the FFA secretary. It is FFA week, concluding today, so we'll get some information from them on what's been happening and learn a little bit more about FFA, Future Farmers of America. So we're thrilled to have them on. We'll talk with them in a few minutes. Our trivia this morning is related. Tanner always does a great job with this. In what year were the blue corduroy jackets adopted as the official dress of FFA?
Okay, what are my options?
A, 2000. No, I'm just kidding. A, 1917. B, 1925. Or C, 1933.
I think I know the answer to this.
You know, some of the biggest industry, and this continues today, but when our country started and earlier in our history, agriculture is one of the biggest products that we export to the world. That still continues today. It's a big part of what's made our economy great over the years. So it'll be fun to talk a little bit about that and recognize that here on FFA Week. Kind of fun sports time. We got through the Super Bowl blues after that season ended, and now we're into kind of basketball time, and hey, I think we may have a tournament this year.
Yeah, we got a local tournament about ready to start with the boys sectional next week, and then March Madness Selection Sunday's 2 weeks from Sunday.
Tanner was just reminding me that the end of all the tournaments basically didn't happen last year.
Yeah,
so
it seems like forever ago, doesn't
it really does, yeah.
We got through sectionals locally, and then they said, oh, hey, you're done.
Because locally last year we had Rochester, Argus, and Caston all advancing to regionals, and Caston and Argus were going to be playing each other.
Yep.
To advance to the regional final, and we never saw what could have been. So, but they're all going to be in action here. Well, I was going to say tonight, but a lot of the local teams actually aren't playing tonight. Their regular seasons are over now.
Okay.
But Rochester concludes tonight. They're at McConaughey, and Rochester is the outright TRC champs this year. So congratulations to them.
That's great.
Record of 15-1 right now, having a heck of a season.
Yep.
Challenge to McConaughey, who has a record of 11-10. So might as well make it 16-1.
I sure hope so.
I mean, that kind of record kind of goes up on the board for a long time, doesn't it?
I would think so.
That's
It's a pretty good record.
Yeah.
Pretty good record. They're a fun team to watch, very fundamentally sound. Got some really good shooters from behind the threes, so Good luck to them tonight. Pre-game, same time as always?
Yep, we'll have it 7:25-ish, I do believe.
7:25-ish the game?
I think it's a 7:45 tip tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, tune in on WRI or watch on RTC Channel 4. I'm assuming they're covering the game. I should have checked my facts before I went ahead and said that.
As far as I know. I mean, we haven't been told that they can't be there.
I know there's some gyms they haven't been allowed to go to this year.
Yep.
So. But even then, usually the hosting school puts it on YouTube and they get it on their feed anyway. So.
Times are changing.
They are, aren't they?
Every season's different.
Tippecanoe Valley's not in action tonight, but they did beat North Judson the other night to improve their record to 7-14. Of course, sectional play starts next week, so all these teams still got a chance to advance their season a little longer.
Yeah.
Casson's got a record of 6-15, and Winnemac 6-14. And Argus is having a good season. I believe they're 14-5. I didn't write that record down. That's off the top of my head. So if I'm off by a game or two, I apologize. But having a good season over there for them as well. So a lot of exciting things going on. And then college basketball, like I said, we're 2 weeks away from Selection Sunday. Coming up, we're 2 weeks away on Sunday from Selection Sunday. A lot of local teams are winding their season down. My Purdue Boilermakers play tonight. This is the third week, I think, out of the last 5 they've had one game during the week. As a fan, that drives me nuts.
Am I seeing 15 wins on the record there for Purdue?
15-8.
Wow.
Their young team's really starting to gel, and they're having. I didn't think they'd be this good this year. They're definitely ahead of schedule, I'd say. I thought next year they would be this good, so it gives me excitement going into next year.
You'll probably predict a win in the Big Ten tourney for them, maybe too.
Well, I'm hoping they can get one of the top 4 seeds so they get the double bye. That's always huge. And I think they can. I mean, their remaining 3 games are tonight at Penn State. That's at 7 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. Wisconsin at home next week. Indiana at home next week. So this is the last time they'll have to take a plane all year.
Wow.
Because the Big Ten tournament's in Indianapolis, so it's the NCAA tournament, they can bust there.
Seems like a nice advantage,
yeah, that's a
doesn't it?
nice little perk for them. So.
Hey, thinking of the Big Ten tourney in Indy and then NCAA, are they allowing attendance?
I haven't heard anything from the Big Ten tournament. I'd be surprised just knowing how the Big Ten's handled regulations as far as attendance with their own teams in the conference. NCAA tournament up to 25%. But that includes players, staff, faculty, families, and fans.
Okay.
So, and Lucas Oil, I believe, is going to go ahead with the 25%. I'm not sure about Bankers Life or the State Farm Center. In Assembly Hall said they're only going to allow 500 for the NCAA tournament. Mackey Arena is, I think, a little over 1,000.
So I'm probably not getting a ticket.
Probably not. I'm assuming the ones that are available are going to be pretty expensive.
It sounds like it.
I mean, you can, spend your kid's life savings on tickets, but I don't think the wife would be too happy.
We withdraw to the 529 plan for that fall. It's educational.
Yeah. I don't even know if your Hoosiers are going to be playing in it this year.
Yeah, I know that. It doesn't look good right now, does it?
Tough one the other night at Rutgers. They're 12-11. They host Michigan, who stomped Iowa last night. Michigan's 17-1.
Yeah, they are tough. They proved
themselves. It'd be a big win if they could get it tomorrow.
It's been a weird year for IU. They're like a light switch. Turn on, smoke the other team for a few minutes, never a whole game. The light switch turns off, and they go to sleep for the rest of the game.
Yep, that's a good way to put it.
And they don't finish well. It's frustrating.
So, they got a tough remaining schedule. They host Michigan, then they travel to Michigan State next week and Purdue. So tough little stretch for them. But if they can get any of those wins, that's big time. So Michigan State's starting to roll now. They beat Ohio State last night.
I know.
In Illinois earlier this week. So
thanks to IU.
Yeah, they woke them up. Thanks, guys.
I know. Sorry.
Here they go again. And they host Michigan, like I said, tomorrow. That game's at noon on Fox, so it's on national television. Butler is struggling with 8-13 record. They host Villanova, one of the better teams in the country, 14-3 record for them. That's Sunday at noon on CBS, another national game. In Notre Dame at 9-12 travels to Boston College, who's 3-13. That game's tomorrow at 2 o'clock on the ACC network. And then the last thing for sports I had this week was Tiger Woods made national, really world headlines.
Yeah.
Was in a really bad auto wreck earlier this week, but thankfully he's doing all right. Broke his leg in multiple places, including a compound fracture. Had surgery to get that fixed, so I would say he's done for the year. no idea about his career. I mean, if anybody can come back from anything, it's Tiger Woods.
Yeah, this could be his Alex Smith moment.
It could be. So we'll see. But thankfully, he's okay. I think that's all anybody cares about,
Yeah.
especially on the PGA Tour. So.
Yeah.
What about Masters this year? Is that happening?
Yes, it's happening with limited fans. I'm not sure how
Okay.
many, but it's happening. It's only 6 weeks away.
Hey, at least it's limited fans.
Yeah, no fans. So
Feels like we just had it.
we did in November. So
Yeah.
yeah, because it was eerie. Looking back on it now, Tiger was on the telecast last week because he was the host of the tournament at Riviera. They were asking about the Masters because he's coming off of back surgery.
Again.
And he said, it's 7 weeks away, but I think I'll be ready. And then he got in an accident. So,
That's not good.
yeah. So prayers to him and his family, for sure, for his recovery. Got a few tidbits this morning, not too many. On this day, 1919, the Grand Canyon was established as a national park with an act of the U.S. Congress.
Have you been out there,
I have not.
Paul?
Nope. Not yet.
Hoping to someday. I think that'd be neat to see.
Yeah.
I have a, let's see, very confident sister named Leslie that talked me into hiking down into the Grand Canyon one time. And I looked about like I do now. It is one step after the other. There's really no flat spots, so it's easy going down. And then you decide, okay, that's far enough, let's go back out. I almost needed the helicopter. I was just out of breath for half of that climb. So it's really cool. I would recommend it. Maybe take the train down into it or whatever they've got, or a helicopter ride. Or if you're really adventurous, you could hike down and camp down in there. I think you got to get a permit. But
Interesting.
yeah,
I'm not hiking down that thing because my fear of heights would take me over and I'd fall.
could you stand on the edge, Paul?
Yes,
Okay.
because I have solid ground behind me.
Okay.
I'm good that way. I can do skyscrapers. Roofs are a no-go though.
Okay.
Interesting.
No roofing. All right.
It's weird how
Good to
my
know.
brain works.
Well, also on this day in 1983, Michael Jackson's Thriller album went #1 and stayed there for 37 weeks.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of missed. I was just a little too young for the Michael Jackson thing.
Yeah.
I had some older cousins that were really into it.
A lot of iconic dance moves came out from that.
Yeah, still used today in many different ways.
And today is Levi Strauss Day, Personal Chef Day, Carpe Diem Day, For Pete's Sake Day, Pistachio Day, and Tell a Fairy Tale Day. Whole bunch of days.
Yeah, and I cannot put them together.
No. Good luck.
Thank you, Tanner.
You're welcome.
Hey, we've got one local event of note. The Fulton County Historical Power Association is going to be holding a drive-through fish fry on March 6th at the Fulton County Museum from 3:30 to 7:30. Great opportunity to get some good fish. Tickets are available at the door, and you can purchase them at the museum as well beforehand. We wanted to give some flowers this morning to Ag Technologies, a local company. Being the Fulton County Chamber of Commerce Member of the Month, Ag Technologies is heavily involved in a lot of the solar arrays you may have noticed around Fulton County and other areas, and really advancing technology and energy. So congratulations to Ag Technologies, a great company. Great to be recognized. In money news, the Dow finished yesterday at 31,402. So far it's up 75 points this week, but it's kind of risen and crashed. Still up a little, but a lot of noise around the country about rising interest rate fears. Interest rates have gone up a little bit, thinking, okay, maybe some inflation's coming quicker than we thought. The economy's doing well, like I mentioned at the top of the show. So it's causing a little bit of volatility in the markets. Chairman Powell testified before Congress this week and kind of was trying to allay those fears that no, inflation isn't a high concern. It's going to stay low for a long time. And the Federal Reserve was preparing to keep interest rates low. So a lot of different headlines and topics of thought around interest rates right now, and that's really driving a lot of that volatility in the stock market. Stocks are real sensitive to what the bond market's doing, and bonds are really sensitive to interest rates. So that's probably how that all adds up. And if you you want to know more about it, I think you need to talk to someone with a PhD. That's really complicated. And of course, it's built on markets and supply and demand, so anybody's guess on some of that. But the good news is the economy is continuing to strengthen. The spending was better than expected this quarter so far. Unemployment seems to be getting a little bit better. So there's a lot of good factors going on there. And the median expectation for overall growth this year is 6%, which would be high. I know we were down quite a bit last year overall, but 6% is a great year on any year. So things are looking pretty good. And that vaccine will be a big part of it. I think that's really the key driver of anything happening this year. Thinking about First Federal, we are open. We'd like to see you. We are relationship bankers. We want to see you and talk with you, see how you're doing. So we'd love to have you come in or come through the drive-through. 8:30 to 5 today. We're always open until 5 on Fridays, or 8:30 to noon on Saturday. Of course, you can always bank with us online. Do that from your couch. If you got a mobile device, you can do that from anywhere, and that's free to download that mobile app. We've got some great reviews on that app. You can do a lot of different banking transactions and things through that app, and we invite you to try that if you've never tried that before. You can actually sign up just by downloading it and going through the steps. It's really simple if you have accounts with us. Our ATM's open 24/7. You can get cash, but you can also deposit money.
Yes.
You got a little more money than you're comfortable with? Come through and use your debit card or ATM card and put that right in the bank at the ATM, even if we're not open at that time.
Yep, that's how I put my checks in every time I get paid.
That's nice. And you get access to that very quickly, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Another thing we're doing is looking for ways to add value to your life. We're offering insurance services now. And what we recommend is, we've got an insurance agency with insurance experts that can help you. We recommend that you get a free quote. If you haven't checked your insurance premiums in a while, a good way to get some affordable premiums is to bundle your homeowner's insurance and your auto insurance together. You can get some discounting that way. But our agents can help you with that and explain that to you and just give you a quick snapshot of, hey, if what I'm paying today reasonable? And that's a good way to go about it. It doesn't even have to be at that annual bill time when you might be paying, or if you're paying monthly, quarterly. There's a lot of different options. It can be any time, because if you switch insurance at any time, you get a refund on your unused portion of insurance that you paid for before.
Okay.
And that's just how that industry works. So timing doesn't really matter. So we encourage that. You can do that on our website, firstfederalbanking.com, under the Invest and Insure menu tab. Go to First Federal Insurance Services. Or you can do that over the phone, 833-331-0020, and talk to an agent that way. Both convenient ways, and I recommend checking that out if you're interested. We are offering, of course, many different mortgage products. We are a home lending bank, and we take a lot of pride in that. We're experts. You can talk with Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson here in Rochester. They can do some free pre-approvals for you. You're looking at maybe buying a house, but you want to get prepared and understand maybe what you should be looking at, targeting what range you want to be buying. They'd love to help dial that up for you and get you confident in what you're doing with their expertise. So they'd love to talk with you. 223-2128 is our phone number there. We do have special programs for first-time home buyers. This could be your first ever house, Paul, or maybe you haven't owned a house in 3 years. You'd still qualify for that program.
Okay.
And we give some discounts off of the fees that we have, and then also a great rate with up to only 5% down. So
nice.
Yep. And there's no PMI insurance, which is mortgage insurance.
Right.
You'll have to pay for mortgage insurance if you don't have 20% down, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
But with this special program, you don't.
Sweet.
So you get some advantages there. And then, of course, we've got the best construction loan for a home build that you can find. And we manage over 150 of those at any given time, projects going on at once. We're very well versed in it. And it's very simple. You do all your closing up front, go through the construction process, and when it's all completed, sign one more paper and you're done. Very simple. Also, simply free checking accounts, and our gift, we have an awesome FFSB water bottle that we're giving away with our star logo on it.
Yep.
Well insulated, you can have cold water at all times. And then also you could choose a vegetable chopper. You ever used one of those, Paul?
I have.
Yeah, it's
Never
kind of,
very successfully.
if
so.
you're not a knife skills guy, I don't know, no judgment,
No.
but if you're not, you can use this chopper to successfully chop things easily, because you like to cook. I know it's personal chef day, but if you're doing it yourself, this is a good way to do it.
I'm my own personal chef.
So a free gift for opening a checking account, and that's to anybody that opens one, even if you've already got accounts with us. But also, if you refer a friend to open an account with us, of course they'll get one for opening, but you'll get one for the referral. So it's a great way to do it and spread the word. Also, business lending opportunities. There's the PPP SBA loan program that's been in the news for a year now almost.
Yeah.
There's a second round of that going on right now, but also if you didn't take advantage of the first round as a business, you can still do that. So Lindy Breen could help you with that here in Rochester, and covers all of our branches for that. We'd love for you to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, LinkedIn, and of course we put content on our own YouTube channel as well. Tanner does a great job with that, so we invite you to check those items out, those pages, and keep up to date with what we're doing. We like to put out some tips in there and also recognize some of our First Federal family members for things that they're doing in the community and at the bank. And we are the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. With all the bank mergers over the years, being locally owned and serving your community is a rarer thing. There's a scarce supply of First Federal savings banks out there, and we're really proud of that. We enjoy being independently owned and serving our communities with great decision making and doing the best thing for our customers. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines for those loans. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 399927.
And that makes us legal.
Officially legal. Well, we've got some energetic guests this morning. Step right up here to the mic, gals. Kim Batten, you're president also. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Kim's president of the Rochester High School FFA, and Haley Jones. I should call you Secretary Haley.
Yeah.
Secretary of the club. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Do we get complimentary FFA uniform shirts like you're wearing? Those are nice.
Yes, they're kind of. We're not a big fan of them, but
They look great. We like that. See, I'm wearing my First Federal shirt right here. Well, we appreciate you joining us. We wanted to recognize FFA Week, and thank you for agreeing to come on and educate us a little bit about FFA here at Rochester High School and share some things that you guys are doing. First of all, how many years have you guys been involved with FFA?
I've been involved freshman through senior year, so 4 years now. But until my junior year, when I started to get involved, I was secretary last year, and this year I had the honor to be president. But I've been a part of all like the competitions, like soil, forestry. I don't do that anymore. I focus on the leadership part, but I know she's done a lot of that too.
Yeah, I've been in since my freshman year as well. My junior year, I was the reporter, and this year I'm the secretary. I've been involved with soils for 3 years, forestry for 4 years, and leadership 2 years, I believe. And for soils, I've been to nationals once, but we plan on going back again.
That's great. I want each of you to kind of describe what FFA at Rochester is about and what it's like for our listeners that maybe aren't very familiar with it. This is that leadership opportunity.
Oh yes. So FFA in Rochester is really, I see it as really community based. We do a lot for the community. We do a lot of community service projects, and
That's excellent.
yeah. So for example, we did the Sling Townsend one benefit raffle.
Yes.
That was kind of a last minute thing that really benefited.
Came together quickly.
Yes, it actually came together with one officer meeting in the morning. But just that for example, and then we do a lot of like projects within our club. So for example, the big auction, that's a huge thing in the community. That's coming up actually March 27th. So that's a big thing we're getting prepared for now.
Is that a fundraiser?
Yes, it is for us, and we just like you said, it gets the whole community involved. That's what we're really about. But that's a fundraiser for us, one of our biggest ones of the year, actually. And it'll be really our only fundraiser this year because we were unable to have our pork chop dinner in the fall we normally do because of all the football. Like we usually do a game and all the restrictions and stuff like that. It just didn't happen this year.
And then thinking of that auction, how does that serve the community? How can somebody get involved with that, or what would it do for me if I wanted to?
Well, it's a
be
really good
involved?
way to like sell some items you don't want. So we have people.
That's nice.
Yes. So and it's gonna be a very big auction this year because we did not have one last year.
So this is 2 years worth of
Oh
sellable
yeah.
items.
So
we'll
I
say.
know the miscellaneous aisle will be huge. But we have a lot of people come in and they'll give us in trailer loads, just drop off all their items. And sometimes we even like donate those items to us and then we get the revenue for them. So it's a really big deal, yeah. And then on the day of, you get a lot of people out and you have the 4-H, like, junior leaders, yes. They do their own food booth, so that really helps them out too. And then I think the softball in the morning does like the parking and the breakfast.
So this benefits multiple.
Yes, everyone's involved.
We have
Clubs and
some
organizations.
other clubs involved as well, yeah.
That's great. So thinking of what kind of items, because this is getting me pretty intrigued right now.
don't
Same with Paul. He's
tires.
going to air out his house this weekend. He's probably going to be looking for these items.
Tires and furniture is something we do not take.
Okay.
So,
Computers, if they work.
It's like really no household items.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not positive on that, but I know they don't want any household items. They want all farm equipment and stuff like that.
Okay.
it's really farmer based.
If you got some garden shovels though, I know they'll take those. So
Maybe a snow blower.
Yeah.
I used it a lot this year, but okay. Well, that's great. I'm glad you can have that this year.
Yes.
Talk to us about what some of the funds are used for that you raise through this, and the pork chop dinner if you're able to have it. What are the funds used for with the club?
Some of
Haley,
the
why don't you
funds
give
go
us that?
towards, like, when we have the green hands, we contribute.
What's a green hand?
A green hand is a new member.
Okay.
They like meet all the requirements to become an official FFA member.
Do they get the blue corduroy jacket at
Yes.
that time? Okay.
We actually, if they do complete their requirements by a certain date, we help them pay for most of their jacket. They only
Okay.
have to pay like $20 or something like that, 20, 25, maybe $30. We also use some of the funds to go on trips. So like on Tuesday we actually went on a chapter ski trip. And so that was just chapter based. Nobody had to pay for any of it.
Is a chapter the local club at the high school, or is it bigger than that?
Yes, just the high school.
Okay.
We didn't include the middle schoolers for this one.
Oh, there's a middle school club.
Yes, there's a middle school
That's
club.
great. Give us an idea about how many students are involved with the high school club.
Okay, so our high school club is probably consisted of about 35 people. I know our middle school club is also pretty big, but I'm not exactly sure on the numbers.
That's great. We want to get to know you guys a little bit more too, Kim and Haley. We're speaking with Kim Batten and Haley Jones, officers for the FFA High School Club. But tell us about each of you, kind of what your college plans are and where you go from here, because leadership has been a big component of what you're doing, and we're really proud of you guys for stepping up into these leadership roles in your club. What's next for you?
Thank you. So next for me is I'm going to go attend IUPUI this fall. I will be in the Honors College as a BevCo scholar, which consists of some requirements you have to do community service based, stuff like that, but it is a very large sum of tuition-based financing. So we do a big scholarship for that, so I'm looking forward to that. And I will be majoring in political science with then hopes for law school, on a path to law school. And I'm kind of focusing on different areas of that right now. I'm thinking about corporate, environmental. I'm not really sure at this point, but I got some time.
Yeah,
so.
you do.
Yes.
That's a great next step, and congratulations on that scholarship program. Haley, what's next for you?
I plan on attending Grace College on a big scholarship as well. It's not as big as Kim's. Of
Oh,
course,
hey,
but-
we're not measuring
It's
That's great.
I plan on majoring in criminal justice. I plan to take that a little bit farther and possibly get into law as well. I haven't completely decided yet.
You guys sound competitive.
Maybe a little.
Well, that sounds great. One thing I wanted to get into a little bit here, and I know we're closer to the end of our time, but FFA week. Can you kind of explain what that is a little bit, and maybe a couple of things that are going on? I understand today's the last day for the week.
Yeah, so it's been this whole week. Actually starts on Saturday, and typically we kick it off with appreciation breakfast, which the whole community's kind of involved into. They just come in, have pancakes, stuff like that. But that was not able to happen this year because of COVID. Just too many.
There's a phrase we hear a lot.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
just too many
Man.
restrictions to go around. So it was just we didn't decide not to have that. So we kicked it off on Tuesday with the ski trip. And then actually during the school day, every day, we've been having animals. There's been a game of like a basketball. They made it like out of a grain bin. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, this huge contraption.
A lot
and
of
then
creativity.
There's been like horses, goats, cows. Today is actually a dog day. That's the most popular. So we're gonna have like 10 to 15 dogs in there.
I noticed a pooch out here in
Oh,
a car.
Yes, I have my Great Dane at my car.
Oh, a Great Dane!
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I wish we would have got permission from Paul to bring him in, but
No, you guys could have done that. I have no problem with that.
next year. Okay.
Dogs are always welcome.
Well, that sounds very fun. I think I remember as a younger student coming into the high school to see some of the animals. I don't know if
Yes,
that's
yeah.
done anymore, but that was fun for me. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you guys educating us a little bit about FFA here in the Rochester High School area. And this has been a program, as we knew from the trivia question we're going to get to in just a second, been going on for a long time. My dad was an FFA, and it's a great opportunity. You mentioned leadership, competitions, soils, forestry,
Yeah.
and we've had a lot of success from what I remember the last years on some of those teams that have gone on to big competitions and things. And we appreciate you guys coming here and practicing your leadership, being on the radio, and telling us a little bit about yourselves. Good luck to you both in the future.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you very much. Okay, in what year were the blue corduroy FFA jackets adopted as the official uniform? Paul? 1917, 1925, or 1933?
1933.
How did you know that?
Well, because the other two options were before the FFA was even founded.
Oh, this guy.
See, I was nervous because I didn't think Tanner was going to give me options before the FFA was founded.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I knew about the FFA, was they were founded in 1928.
Okay, well, congratulations. That's an excellent trivia win for you today, Paul. I'm proud of you. Well, we're going to end on this words of wisdom this morning and wish everybody a great weekend. This is from Bertrand Russell, a British philosopher. The time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time.
Ooh, those are good words of wisdom.
Enjoy that with your windows up this weekend, Paul.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Have a great weekend, everyone.